The following is a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network.
Satter wants the ball. He's going to maybe tee it up for 11th three. He got it! 11 three-pointers for Ty Satter. It's unbelievable.
Here comes the Fusion the other way. Nice ball in towards Kamai. Kamai able to set it down. Kamai beating the keeper. Shot on the way, and Kamai scores. 1-0 for the Fusion. And it's
1-2 pitch. Line shot up the middle. One run will score. Deer rounding third. He's coming to the plate.
Verwest, they center in front. Scarborough down low. Loose in front. In for a goal. South Shaley gets the first goal of this East Region title.
Let's turn things over to the broadcast booth. The pregame show starts now.
All right, welcome. We're live here at Astoria Field in Dickinson for game number 9 of the state tournament. That means we are halfway done with the tournament. Yet 9 games and we're only halfway done now. Well, we'll be halfway done once this game comes to a conclusion. So we're still on the upside of the top of that hill, and we won't be going downhill yet. But this one should be a fun one here. The Fargo Post 400 Stars come in with an overall record of 33-38. That includes tournament action. They have a regular season conference record of 7 wins, 11 losses. And that's chalked up next to a Mandan team that's 24-15 overall and a regular season conference record of 8-10. So just 1 win, 1 loss difference between these two teams in regular season conference play. And as a result, the Stars come in the 7-seeded team, and Mandan comes into this one as the 6-seeded team. So Mandan with the slight edge over the Stars as far as seeding and rankings go in the regular season. But we'll see who gets the better of this one. These two teams met back in June at Starry and Bank Field in Fargo, and Mandan took both games. They took game 1 of the doubleheader 10-0, and they took game 2 of that doubleheader back on June 29th, which was a Thursday, by the final score of 7-2. The Stars got here with a 10-5 win over Grand Forks, an 8-7 loss to the 2-seeded Minot Vistas. And then Mandan got here with a 8-1 loss to West Fargo, a 10-0 win earlier today over Dickinson in 5 innings to come to this game here. So once again, Mandan 24-15 overall. The Stars of Fargo Post 400 33-38 of overall. Stars 7-11, and the Chiefs 8-10 in regular season conference play. All right, the national anthem's coming up next, and we'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Bar 9 in West Fargo is your stop for that pregame lunch and for the postgame celebration. With over 30 TVs, you can catch your team anytime. We have a delicious food menu including wings, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Enjoy it inside or head on outside, day or night, to relax in the comfort of our updated outdoor patio. We also have slots, blackjack, pull tabs, and all gaming proceeds earned go to support West Fargo baseball. So catch your team's game tonight at Bar 9, 1405 Prairie Parkway in West Fargo.
There's never a bored moment at Touchmark.
Here, it's always something going on. If I want to do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't.
The whole community has so much going on, activities for each day, basically, and everything's right there.
There's always enough to keep me busy.
We have stuff day to day, such as gardening club, but we also have our big signature events like our Touchmark Woodstock event. There's never really a time to be bored if you don't want to be.
Fargo Post 400 Baseball wishes the Stars, Astros, and Comets the best of luck in this year's tournaments. All right, welcome back as we get ready for game number 9. That's the Fargo Post 400 Stars and the Mandan Chiefs. The winner of this one will go on to play at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, and they will take on the loser of Fargo Post 2 and Bismarck, which will be at 1 o'clock tomorrow. So Bismarck and Fargo Post 2 fans, we welcome you into this broadcast as you eagerly await to see who you could potentially play if you fall short in that Fargo Post 2 Bismarck game. That didn't quite come out the way I thought it would, but you know what? Everybody can have a chuckle on that one, and we'll let it go. And our nightcap tonight is going to be Jamestown and Williston. Jamestown picked up a 3-1 win over Grand Forks to put a conclusion to Grand Forks' season in the game right before this one. And then Mandan, as I mentioned in the previous pregame segment, 10-0 win in 5 innings, including 2 home runs in that game against Dickinson. Dickinson finishes their season 14-20 overall. So now it's Mandan Fargo Post 400. The winner moves on. The other team is done for the season. And whichever team you're cheering for, we wish them the best of luck and cheer hard for your team. And we welcome everybody from Fargo watching at the watch parties at Frank's Lounge and Buffalo Wild Wings, among other places. And I'm guessing we might have some West Fargo fans tuning in from Bar 9 in West Fargo, too, based upon some of the input I've gotten over the last 10 minutes or so. So wherever you're watching from, maybe it's the comfort of your couch, or maybe you're not. Maybe you're watching from your phone from the seats down here at Astoria Field in Dickinson. Like I said, wherever that may be, and whichever team you're cheering for, we wish you the best of luck here in this contest. And just a friendly reminder to keep it clean in the chat. You're more than welcome to cheer on your team in the chat, but don't be disrespectful. We have several people watching who are moderators, so if I don't catch it and they do, I will trust that moderator's decision. We'll put it that way. All right. And the dungeon in Fargo, where our friend Jesse and his friends are watching. And the first pitch will miss for a ball as we get to the top of the first here. Hudson Sheldon, he had one of the 2 home runs in that game against Dickinson earlier today. Hudson Sheldon would knock it over to right field and ding it off the Midco Communications sign on the left side of the scoreboard. It bounced back into the field of play, but it would be a 2-run homer. Logan Sullivan is your starting pitcher here for the Fargo Post 400 Stars. Jack Demers is behind the plate catching. And that pitch will just miss for ball 3-1. Around the bases, you have Andre Work at first, Matt Bryant at second, Caleb Christensen, the shortstop, Eli Mock at third. And the outfield here after the 3-1 pitch. High, and he walks him. First batter is on with a walk, and that brings up Lucas Burgum.
Third baseman, number 9, Lucas Burgum.
The outfield for the Fargo Post 400 Stars has Jackson Ammerman in left, Chayton Sen in right, and Colby Hansen in straightaway center field. Burgum now will see McCoy Keller next. We'll see those two for sure. We'll see if we get deeper into the lineup here for Mandan or not. And that one's inside for a ball, and it's 1-0 to Lucas Burgum. 5 balls and a strike on 6 pitches. Not the start that Logan Sullivan was hoping for. And a runner on with nobody out. And there's a strike, and Sullivan may have shook off the early pitch dust here with that strike. We'll see, though. I'll throw it back to first there as Sheldon will slide back in with the right hand touching the bag. One runner goes inside. Throw to second is a little high, and nice backup there by Caleb Christensen to keep that ball in the field of play, and the stolen base will be successful. The pitch comes across for ball 2. So it's a 2-1 count here to Lucas Burgum. And Hudson Sheldon standing on second. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and he caught the inside edge, and we're even at 2 now. Ball, strike in that order. I'm sorry, no, that's wrong. Ball, strike in that order. That one's fouled away, and that'll keep us at a 2-2 count. 6 balls, 4 strikes on 10 pitches, so he is coming out of that 6-pitch start of 5 balls and a strike. Since then, he's thrown 1 ball and 3 strikes. And that one will be fouled away, and that'll go into the strike category for that pitch. And Stars coming up just short against Minot the other afternoon. And a strike 3, and that's a strikeout for Logan Sullivan on Lucas Burgum. He got him looking. Strikeout number 1 for Burgum, or for Sullivan, excuse me.
Number 11, McCoy Keller.
And now McCoy Keller. McCoy Keller has a ground rule double in this tournament. He also has a ground out to third and a ground out to the pitcher. That all happened in the opening game against West Fargo. The pitch is inside, and dancing on the plate is Keller, and he will take ball 1 as a result. And a strike is called there on that pitch, and it's 1-1. Keller the batter now. Braden Benalla is on deck for Mandan. The runner on is Hudson Sheldon standing on second. There is 1 out, and a swing and a miss there, and now the throw to third is going to be into left field. And that was a misfired throw coming back home. The throw is also off the mark, and we'll see if they charge that as 1 or 2 errors. It's going to be 1 error for sure. I think it's going to be 1 error. Well, it's going to be 1 error for sure. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 2. So Mandan gets on the board first here with that. So how that'll work out is Sheldon will get credit for a stolen base at third, and then he'll come home on a throwing error charged to the catcher, Demers. Braden Benell, the batter now. 1 ball and no strike. And he'll swing and miss for strike 1. Two outs. We'll see if the Stars can keep it a 1-0 game here and get that third out. Nobody on base. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And he'll just miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ball, strike, strike, ball. 11 strikes on 20 pitches for Sullivan. And 2-2 the count. And this one is hit into right field, and Matt Bryant tried to dive for it, but it would just sneak by him, and that's a base hit and a single and another runner on here for Mandan. They have the 1-0 lead and another runner on with 2 outs. That brings up Dylan Gerke, the 5th batter in the lineup here for Mandan, and they've are looking good here in the top of the first for the Mandan Chiefs. Once again, the Chiefs took a pair of games from the Stars back on June 29th. 10-0 and 7-2 were the finals in those games. That one's pushed to the third base side and foul for a strike. And it's 0-1.
If you have any inclination to go get some foul balls, you can turn those in over at concessions or cheaper concessions.
Gerke in the tournament has a pop out to third, a ground out to second, an infield hit, and a hit to center. And this one will be grounded out towards second. He'll flip it there to the shortstop, Christensen. So that'll be the force out. Gerke will reach on an inning-ending fielder's choice, and that will bring us now to the bottom half of the first as you get the 4-6 on the force out at second, and they leave 1 stranded on base as a result. One run on 1 hit on 1 error and 1 left on base. Caleb Christensen, Matt Bryant, Colby Hansen. They're the due-up batters when we return after this here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned. it's Mike with Magnitude Sports. Check out this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. It's owned and operated by a family in Bismarck, North Dakota that I've known for over 2 decades. Kids have grown up into fine young men, and during their high school careers, some of them even played games that were broadcast on Magnitude Sports. If you like hunting, fishing, general outdoor life, sunrise, sunset, everything hunting and fishing related, dogs, hunting dogs, they're the best. Then check out the channel and show them some love. Go to Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe to them today.
Boston Pizza harnessed Fanalytics to help optimize no-look dipping. Ooh, making adjustments so you can stay focused on the game. The playoffs at Boston Pizza, powered by Fanalytics.
All right, welcome back. Bottom of the first, and it's time for the Stars to bring out the bats and see if they can recover that one run that they gave up in the top of the first on I originally recorded it as a stolen base. But we're gonna change that to a advancement on a pass ball, and then coming in from third, he would score on the air. So we got the error part right, but the first part of that play, I originally misscored. So I'm changing that, and that's what I'm going with from here forward. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. And thank you for the compliments. It's a pleasure to bring you all the games of this 2023 State AA tournament, just like we did in 2022, and just like we did in 2021, and just like we will in 2024. That tournament has already been locked in. 1 ball, no strike now here to the batter, Caleb Christensen. And make that 1 ball, 1 strike on a pitch on the inside edge. Your starting pitcher here for Mandan is McCoy Keller. He's tossing him into the glove of Tucker Horner. We'll go around the bases here after the 1-1 pitch from Keller. Wind up in the delivery, and that will drop in for strike 2. Over at first base, you have Braden Bennell. At second base is Tate Olson. Hudson Sheldon's the shortstop. Lucas Burgum's covering third. The outfield is Dylan Gerke in left, Jameson Nelson in right, and Seth Aarons in center. And that one will miss inside. We're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. One run on 1 hit on 1 error for Mandan. That pitch is outside, and a nice diving forward momentum block there by Tucker Horner. Not that there was anybody on base to take advantage of that play, but had there been, he'd consider that a practice right there for him. Payoff pitch. And this one rolls out of the batter's box, foul. And we'll have payoff pitch number 2 here for the leadoff batter, Caleb Christensen. And he swings and misses on a pitch inside that probably would have been ball 4 had he not taken the swing.
Second baseman, number 1.
And Matt Bryant now will step up to the plate with 1 out on the board. Matt Bryant in the tournament has a hit to left center, a hit to center, an infield hit, and grounded out twice to the shortstop. Here's the windup from Keller, and he'll bunt it down the first base line and foul. Strike number 1. Kobe Hansen is on deck here. We'll see Colby for sure. See if we get deeper into the lineup or not after that. 1 away, no runners on. And the 0-1 pitch. And that's in for strike 2. And that one is rifled foul down the third base side, and will remain a 2-strike count. Broadcast coverage brought to you by Bar 9, West Fargo, Proceed, Buffalo Wild Wings, Post 400 Baseball, Dakota Fins and Feathers, Doolittle's Woodfire Grill, Touchmark and Bismarck and Fargo, and West Fargo Baseball, among others. Still 0-2 here to Matt Bryant. Bryant fouls it away again. Bryant has seen 4 pitches. He's fouled away 3 of them and took 1 for a strike. 0-2 number 3. And he'll strike him out looking. And that's out number 2. Colby Hansen is the batter now.
Number 2, Colby Hansen.
Two down now, it's Colby Hansen. First pitch in for a strike. Great pitch by McCoy Keller. Hansen has a hit to left center, a hit to center, 2 hits to right center, and 1 hit to right. And now this is a 2-bouncer to third. That'll stay fair, and he'll get thrown out, and that will end the first inning. Jamison Nelson, Tate Olson, and Tucker Horner. It's batters 6, 7, and 8 for Mandan when we return after the break here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Boston Pizza harnessed Fanalytics to help optimize no-look dipping. Ooh, making adjustments so you can stay focused on the game. The playoffs at Boston Pizza, powered by Fanalytics.
At Boston's, we make crowd pleasers. Like this.
Woo!
And these.
So good!
And definitely this.
I love you! Woo!
Stop by or book your catering order online and we'll make you a fan.
Bar 9 in West Fargo is your stop for that pregame lunch and for the postgame celebration. With over 30 TVs, you can catch your team anytime. We have a delicious food menu including wings, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Enjoy it inside or head on outside, day or night, to relax in the comfort of our updated outdoor patio. We also have slots, blackjack, pull tabs, and all gaming proceeds earned go to support West Fargo baseball. So catch your team's game tonight at Bar 9, 1405 Prairie Parkway in West Fargo.
Welcome back. Logan Sullivan on the mound, about getting ready to toss pitch 24 after a couple more warm-ups. He'll face Jamison Nelson, the leadoff batter in the 6th position for Mandan. And in the tournament, Jamison Nelson, he has a hit to right field, he has an infield hit, and he has a fly out to left center. And that pitch will come in a little bit low, and it's 1 ball, no strike now here to Jamison Nelson. I want to say hi to Stewart, who's watching. And this one's going to be popped up. Backpedaling is Caleb Christensen, the shortstop. He'll be called off by left fielder Jackson Ammerman, and Ammerman will make the catch for out number 1.
Second baseman, number 13, Tate Olson.
So Tate Olson will step up to the plate now in the tournament for Tate. He has a couple of hits to center, an infield hit, 2 ground outs to third, and a pop out to the second baseman. First pitch there, ball 1. And that pitch is a little bit low and out, and it's ball 2. Sullivan 3 pitches in front of 30 now. 15 strikes on 27 pitches for Logan Sullivan. And here's that pitch that nearly hit Olson on the wrist. And it's ball 3, so we'll see if Sullivan has a free strike coupon in his pocket. And he does, 3-1. And that will be going to right field. And making the catch in right field, there's Chayton Sen. And that's out number 2.
The catcher, number 6, Tucker Horner.
And you may have just heard it, Tucker Horner. Batter 8 in the lineup for Mandan. Steps up to the plate now. In the tournament, he has a fly out to left, fly out to center, ground out to short, and reach base on an error. Takes strike 1 here. With 2 away, if Horner can reach base, it'd be Seth Aarons stepping up on deck. Awaiting an opportunity to bat here in the second inning. That pitch will miss. We're even now at 1-1. That one's popped up and fouled away. Strike 2. One-two pitch, and that one's fouled away first base side and way out of play. In golf, they would call that a slice. 1-2 pitch. He'll reach for this one. Little blooper into shallow center. And it's picked up there by Kobe Hansen. That's good for a single for Tucker Horner. And puts a runner on here for Seth Aarons.
Center fielder number 3, Seth Aarons.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. And he'll miss inside to even up the count at a ball and a strike now here to Seth Aarons. Once again, the Stars 33 and 38. That includes their 2 tournament games so far. Overall win-loss record. Overall win-loss record for Mandan is 24 and 15. 2 balls and a strike now here to Aarons. And these 2 teams were a win-loss difference in their conference standings during the regular season. And they would have been, if the Stars would have split either one game 1 or one game 2 in that Thursday, June 29th game, then both of the teams would have come into this tournament with, or no, it would have been flip-flop. Mandan would have been 7 and 11, and the Stars would have been 8 and 10.
Back to the top of the order. Shortstop, number 5, Hudson Sheldon.
So 2 runners on now as Aarons will reach base. Sheldon, back to the top of the order, was walked last time he was at the plate to lead off the game. 2 away now here in the top of the second. Can the Stars record that 3rd out? There's strike 1 on the fouled away pitch. Sullivan, I have him at 40 pitches now as the umpire walks a ball out to Sullivan himself. That one's a little bit low, and he cannot pick the ball up, and Horner's going to take off for 3rd. And if he could have picked the ball up, there's a possibility he might have been able to throw him out. Pitch will come across for a ball. It's 1-1. Runners on the corners now for Mandan on the 1-1 count with 2 away. We'll see if Aarons takes out for second here. It almost looked like Sheldon was showing bunt for a split second. And he'll just take it, and he'll find the 5-6 hole. That'll bring in Horner from third, and it's an RBI single that pushes Arends up to second, and it's 2-0 now in favor of Mandan.
Third baseman number 9, Lucas Fargo.
And Lucas Burgum, he struck out last time he was at the plate. So he's 0 for 1 in this game. Burgum in the tournament, pair of flyouts, one to left center, reached base on an error, and then, like I said, struck out looking last time at the plate here in this one. This one, a little hopper right back to Sullivan. He'll fire it over to first on the pick. They got the third out. Little bit nervous there if that was going to be a wild throw over to first or not for the Stars fans. I'm confident that they were nervous about that. But they got it completed, and they strand 2 on base, Mandan does, as a result. But they do get another run on another hit. Matter of fact, another run on 2 hits. 2 runs on 3 hits. The error came in the bottom of the first, or in the top of the first. And now 3 left on base instead of 1 for Mandan. So we'll be back in a moment here on Magnitude Sports and see if the Stars can start to get something together here when we return after this. Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Buffalo Wild Wings isn't supposed to make a burger this good. Like, you might even forget we have wings good. So we threw in 6 boneless wings for $1 as a reminder. Buy any burger, get 6 boneless wings for $1. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Abby says she wants to marry a B-dub.
All right, welcome back. We go to the bottom of the second. And it's Jackson Ammerman to lead it off here for the Fargo Post 400 Stars. Keller winds up, and he'll send that pitch in for ball 1. So a run in each. Top of first, top of second for Mandan. They have a 2-0 lead now here on your Proceed scoreboard. The 1-0 pitch. And that one be hit out towards the shortstop, and Sheldon will pick it up, fire it over. It's a 6-3, and that's 2 pitches in and out.
Third baseman, number 15, Eli Mock.
Eli Mock, the batter now. One of the things the Stars have to keep in mind is they cannot get into a play catch-up game here. They need to get a run in this inning if they want to stay in this one, because they saw what happened with Minot last night. They came up a run short. I think they were down, 5-0 before the Stars scored, and then Minot would always answer to keep it a 5-run margin, and then the Stars almost pulled off an upset in the last inning, but fell short 8-7. And right now, they're down 2-0. At this point in the game against Minot, they were down 5-0 already, so maybe a little bit better start. I don't know, but I guess that all depends on how you look at it. 1 ball and 2 strikes now here to Eli Mock. Keller with his 20th pitch. And that one, ooh, they say it missed for ball 2, but you saw it probably as well as I did. That probably could have gone either way. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this is a nice grab there by Hudson Sheldon, the shortstop. And that'll be a line drive out for out number 2.
The designated hitter, number 17, Gunnar Majerus.
And that one's going to right field. That'll drop for a base hit, too. And it's enough to get Majerus on first. And the Stars
First baseman, number 8, Andre Work.
have recorded their first hit of the game. It took 28 minutes to get it. Now they got a runner on, and Andre Work is the batter. Majerus, before that hit, had 2 hits to left, 1 hit to right center, fly out to center, and a sacrifice fly to center. And now he has another hit to right in this tournament. I'll see if Keller can get Work out, and that pitch will miss for ball 1. One 0. That's a strike. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. It's Majerus on first. And one's across the board here in the bottom of the second. And now Majerus will take off for second. Actually, I think there's 2 outs. I think there's 2 outs, and I don't think the scoreboard operator put the second out up there. Let me look at my scorecard here. Yeah, Ammerman grounded out on a 6-3, and then the line drive shot to the shortstop. Yeah, so there's 2 outs. Scoreboard in the outfield says 1 out, but there is 2. And the 2-1 shot's going to the gap in right center. Rounding third is Gunnar Majerus, and he will come in, and he will score, and it is an RBI double for Andre Work. Just what the doctor ordered for the Stars.
The catcher, number 12, Jack Demers.
Jack Demers is the batter now. And Demers will swing and miss there for strike 1. And that one's going high to right and backpedaling, and it's caught by Jamison Nelson, and that will retire the Stars here in the bottom of the second. They get 1 across, though, and they have trimmed that lead in half, and it looks a lot more manageable now. If you're a Stars fan, and if you're a Chiefs fan, you're hoping that you get that one back, if not more, in the top of the third. We'll see if they can do just that when we return after the break here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned.
Pitching update.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
Hey, it's Mike with Magnitude Sports. Check out this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. It's owned and operated by a family in Bismarck, North Dakota that I've known for over 2 decades. Kids have grown up into fine young men, and during their high school careers, some of them even played games that were broadcast on Magnitude Sports. If you like hunting, fishing, general outdoor life, sunrise, sunset, everything hunting and fishing related, dogs, hunting dogs, they're the best. then check out the channel and show him some love. Go to Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe to him today. Welcome back. 2-1 lead for the Mandan Chiefs here as we complete 2 innings of play, and we move to the top of the third with batters 3, 4, and 5 for Mandan. And I'll start with the guy walking onto your screen right now. That's McCoy Keller. He struck out looking last time he was at the plate. We are 33 minutes into the ball game now here in the top of the third. Sullivan with pitch 44, and that one is hit towards third, mishandled by Eli Mock, and that'll be an error. McCoy Keller will reach on an error that probably should have been out number 1, and now they get a runner on base as a result, and it's Braden Bunnell. So Keller will get a decent lead off first. And the pitch is a little bit high and in for ball 1. Bunnell singled to right field last time he was at the plate, including that single. He has 2 hits to right, 1 hit to left, fly out to center, and a ground out to short in the tournament. And the 1-0 pitch is in about the same spot as the first one, and it's 2-0. And he couldn't get it over the edge of the plate, and now it's 3-0 here. And the Stars not getting any breaks on pitches here. At least not yet. 3-0. There's a strike. And strike 2. That was about the same spot where ball 3 was at, to be honest, but now they do get a break on pitching. Full count and payoff pitch coming up here. Once again, nobody out, and McCoy Keller on first for Mandan. Payoff pitch. Swung on and sent out to right field, going deep and making the catch, and now throwing it back into Matt Bryant that will push Keller back to first, and that puts out 1 on the board. Now bring up Dylan Gerke.
Left fielder, number 10, Dylan Gerke.
So according to my numbers, Sullivan has reached 50 pitches. This will be pitch 51. He has 28 strikes on those 50 throws. And now he has ball 23. And a 1-0 count here to Gerke. He reached on a fielder's choice last at bat. In addition to that, ground out to second, pop out to third, infield hit, and a hit to center in the tournament. (2-0) now here to Gerke. On deck is Jamison Nelson. The winner plays tomorrow at 7 o'clock. The other team is done for the season. Fouled away, and that will put the first strike on the board here against Gerke. And once again, the winner of this game will play the loser of the game between Fargo Post 2 and Bismarck. And that one will sneak by Eli Mock into left field, and that's another base hit, and it puts 2 runners on now for Mandan.
Right fielder, number 20, Jamison Nelson.
Nelson with a fly out to left on his last trip to the plate. That was the play where Caleb Christensen, the shortstop, was backpedaling, and then he was called off by Jackson Hammerman. There's a strike. 0-1 here to Nelson. Two-one ball game on your Proceed scoreboard in favor of Mandan. 37 minutes in. Sullivan checks the runner on second, delivers, and that's a bouncer towards second. And back to first. Nope, he came off the base and he's safe. So they'll get the lead runner, or no, they will not get the lead runner. They'll get Gerke out at second. They'll put runners on the corners now. And Nelson reaches on a fielder's choice. as the Stars could not pull off the double play. Keller to third, Gerke out at second, and Nelson on first with Tate Olson, the batter. And now a visit to the mound for the Fargo Post 400 Stars. And this visit to the mound is brought to you by the Marsh McLennan Agency of Fargo. You can visit them online at marshmma.com. Looks like that's going to do it for Logan Sullivan. Once again, their website is marshmma.com. You can visit their website to learn about the services they can provide for you in the Fargo, West Fargo, and Moorhead area. And once again, they're online at marshmma.com. And this visit to the mound and now pitching change as Gunnar Majerus will come in for the Stars. It has been presented to you by the Marsh McLennan Agency of Fargo. We'll take a short timeout. We'll be back here with more of the top of the third right after this break. Stand by.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
All right, welcome back. Once again, it's Gunnar Majerus who's on the mound now here for the Stars. Finishing up some of his warm-up tosses here. The first batter that he'll face is Tate Olson. And runners are on the corners, so Logan Sullivan gave up 2 runs on 4 hits, stranded 3 runners on base, and he could be charged with 4 or possibly 5 runs should Keller and or Nelson come in and score before we can close the book on Sullivan. And 1 or 2 more warm-up pitches here from Majerus, and he'll be ready to go, and that's the final one. So once again, runners on the corners now in a 2-1 ball game. Post 400 making a move on the mound to try and keep it 2-1. And the pickoff, ooh, that was close. Nelson just barely got back in time on that one. That would have been an easy way to get a third out, no doubt about it. And now the pitch, and that just missed. It went a little bit to the outside, and it's ball 1 to Tate Olson. Once again, runners on the corners, 2 away. It's Keller on third and Nelson on first. The batter, Olson. Tucker Horner on deck, and the pitch is outside, 2-0. And there's a strike. Nice pitch there by Majerus. So it took his 3rd pitch to get a strike, and if you know anything about baseball, you know that coaches try and make sure their pitchers get a 3rd pitch strike. 2-1, fouled at the plate, 2-2. That lesson was taught to me several years ago when I played high school baseball. 2-2 the count. Once again, there's 2 outs. And this one will be hit up towards Christensen. A little flip to second's all they need. They get the force out on Nelson. Olson reaches on a fielder's choice. They strand 2, and we go to the middle of the 3rd with Mandan up 2-1. And the Stars with a chance to at least tie or maybe even take the lead. We'll see which of those happen when we come back after this here on the Magnitude Sports Network. Stay tuned.
We take great pride in really doing all the research and the work behind the scenes to make sure that our products just work.
We have our own staff member that helps pick the hybrids and the varieties that work in our area. It's meant for you, not for somebody 200 miles away.
We test our seed locally. We produce our seed locally, so we get to see our production fields, where they need to be, and if they work there.
Need seed, think Pro Seed. proseed.net. Great seed at a reasonable price.
West Fargo Baseball wishes the Patriots, Aces, and Vets the best of luck in this year's tournaments. Fargo Post 400 Baseball wishes the Stars, Astros, and Comets the best of luck in this year's tournaments. All right, welcome back. 2-1 in favor of the Mandan Chiefs here as we go to the bottom of the third. And it'll be Chayton Sen. He has a fly out to center in this tournament. And now he's going to go to left field. Charging in is Gerke, and he makes the catch. Out number one. One pitch, one out.
Back to the top of the order. Shortstop, number 6, Caleb Christensen.
29 pitches for Keller to get through the first 9 batters for Fargo Post 400 here. And Caleb Christensen, top of the order. He struck out looking last time he was at the plate to lead off the game. Or to lead off the bottom of the first, I should say. And that pitch will miss low and out for a ball. 1-0 to Caleb Christensen. So that puts Matt Bryant into the on-deck circle. And 7 balls, 23 strikes for Keller on 30 pitches. Here's the 1-0 delivery. That's high and in. Ball 2. Stewart asks who's the underdog in this game. I don't really think either team is a true underdog in this game, to be honest with you. Well, one thing they say in sports is that it's hard to beat a team 3 times, and this would be the 3rd time that these two teams have played, and Mandan's 2-0 in those 3 and the first 2 meetings. So I don't know if that answers your question at all, but if you go on that stat alone, maybe you get an answer to your question. But outside of that, I don't really see a true underdog. This one could go either way at any time. And that's going to be a hit. And yes, it will sneak by Hudson Sheldon. And I'm leaning error. Let's see what they put on the scoreboard here.
Second baseman, number 1, Matthew Bryant.
And they will indeed put an error, charge the shortstop there. So Matt Bryant. I just got some good news on my ESPN app. I'll tell you more about that later. And that one will escape, and Caleb Christensen will go to second. So my favorite hockey team, the Colorado Avalanche, have signed former Fargo Force USHL hockey player Ben Myers to a 1-year contract just shy of $800,000. He was drafted from the Minnesota Golden Gophers a couple of seasons ago, and in his first game with the Avs, he scored a goal against the Carolina Hurricanes. So once again, Fargo Force hockey player Ben Myers signs with the Colorado Avalanche. And now this is a ground out to Tate Olson. And it's a 4-3 there for Matt Bryant.
Center fielder, number 2, Colby Hansen.
Everybody always gives me grief in the start of the season about my NHL updates. But that one had a Fargo connection. I can get away with that one. So a visit to the mound now here. Bryant will ground out on that 4-3 that we were just talking about. And Kobe Hansen will be the batter. He grounded out to third on a 5-3 last time he was at the plate. So after a short discussion on the mound there, McCoy Keller will step up to the plate. actually knew about that Ben Myers signing after the last game. I had like 5 people message me. 6 people, now that I think about it. 6 people between text messages and Facebook messages messaged me telling me that. 1 ball, no strike. Once again, Hansen grounded out to third on his last trip to the plate. Right now, Caleb Christensen stands on third. And that pitch will miss outside for ball 2 to Colby Hansen. And the pitch is inside, ball 3. Strike 1. 3-1 to Colby Hansen. Jackson Ammerman awaits on deck for a possibility to bat here in the home half of 3. Runner on third, the tying run 90 feet away with 2 outs. Can McCoy Keller, get a strikeout? And he cannot. Instead, he'll walk Colby Hansen, and I'll put runners on the corners, and that'll bring up aforementioned Jackson Ammerman.
Left fielder, number 28, Jackson Ammerman.
And that pitch is inside. And that one looked like it could have been a strike maybe an inning ago, but this time it's ball 2. So we'll see if it's 2-1 or 3-0 here after this pitch from Keller. And it's going to be 2-1 as he fouls it away. Williston Keybirds showing up. I only know that because they're one of the very few teams in the state that have an orange and black color scheme. But they are now in attendance here. They got Jamestown coming up after this game. Scheduled start 7 p.m. Pickoff attempt there on Hansen is no good at first. Runners on for the Stars. Hansen on first. Christensen on third. 2 balls and a strike here to Jackson Ammerman with Eli Mock waiting on deck. And this one is nice grab by the shortstop. Can he throw it over to first in time? He can! And that'll prevent the tie-in run from scoring. And we will go now to the top of the 4th. They strand 2 on base. That was a nice play by Hudson Sheldon for Mandan. And we'll go to the break, and we'll come back next here with more after a moment. And here on Magnitude Sports. Be right back. It's Mike with Magnitude Sports. Check out this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. It's owned and operated by a family in Bismarck, North Dakota that I've known for over 2 decades. Kids have grown up into fine young men, and during their high school careers, some of them even played games that were broadcasted on Magnitude Sports. If you like hunting, fishing, general outdoor life, sunrise, sunset, everything hunting and fishing related, dogs, hunting dogs, they're the best. Then check out the channel and show them some love. Go to Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe to them today. All right, welcome back. It's a 2-1 lead here for Mandan. Fargo post 400. Had the tying run on third with runners on the corners, but a nice play by shortstop Hudson Sheldon for the Mandan Braves will eliminate that possibility and keep it a 2-1 game, and now will be the 8, 9, and 1 batters for Mandan here, leading off with Tucker Horner.
Leading off for Mandan, the catcher, number 6, Tucker Horner.
One ball, no strike here to Tucker Horner, who singled into center field last time he was at the plate. And this one ripped foul, 1-1. So that one drilled off to the left side of the batter's box. 1-1 pitch from Majerus. That'll miss outside, 2 balls and a strike. Majerus coming in relief in the top of the third for Logan Sullivan. He was able to get that third out. So only 2 runs score for, or 2 runs charged against Logan Sullivan. Let's put it that way. Two-two pitch, and he'll chop this one right back to Majerus, and he'll fire it up to first for the out. And that is out number 1.
Center fielder, number 3, Seth Aarons.
So 1-3 out, ground out there for Horner. And now Seth Aarons, he walked last time he was at the plate. Scoreboard says 1-0. Did I miss a pitch? I don't think I did. Maybe I did. That is ball 2, I guess. Okay, we'll go with 2 balls and no strikes. We'll see if the umpire gives us any confirmation on that. There's a strike. Yeah, that some of the Mandan fans kind of owing on that one, and I have to admit, they might have a case on that one. That one did seem a little bit low. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And the 2-2 pitch, and that's right up the middle. It's a diamond cutter into center field, and that will be a base hit for Aarons. Now bring us back to the top of the order. Hudson Sheldon now, the batter.
Shortstop, number 5, Hudson Sheldon.
So 1 out, 1 runner on. Sheldon walked, and then he singled to left. This is the first time he'll bat against Gunnar Majerus, though. We'll see how this matchup turns out. And there's a strike. I'm calling that strike 2. I thought the first pitch was a ball, but we'll go with 0-2. And that one will pop away, and he'll get away from Demers. And Aarons thought about third for a moment, but he'll slow it down a little bit and be satisfied with second. One ball and 2 strikes now here to Hudson Sheldon. Lucas Burgum awaits on deck. If no double plays happen, we'll see him next. The 1-2, and that one's ripped pretty hard to right, but it's also pretty foul. Hudson had that home run against Dickinson that he dinged off the scoreboard in right field. He got a piece of that one there, so he'll stay alive with that fouled away pitch. That was a 2-run shot in that 10-0 win over Dickinson earlier this morning in our first game, the 10 o'clock game. Or for most of you, probably the 11 o'clock game is the better way to say that. 1-2, and that one will bounce in. Well, we're even at 2 apiece. Strike, ball, fouled away, let's try that again. Strike, ball, fouled away, and a ball to bring us to a 2-2 count. Pitch number 7 of the plate appearance here for Sheldon. And pitch number 7 will wait just a little bit longer as they try and pick off her ends on second. And this is a hard hit ball to right field. And rounding third is Seth Aarons, and the throw home will not happen, and back to first. They cannot get it out there either. And it's 3-1 Mandan.
Third baseman, number 9, Lucas Fargo.
So an RBI single for Sheldon. Lucas Burgum, the batter now. And Burgum pops one up. Should be a play for Matt Bryant. And he will call off Andre Work and complete the catch for out number 2. So a high pop out for Burgum on the first pitch he sees.
The pitcher, number 11, McCoy Keller.
McCoy Keller reached on an error in the tournament. He's had a ground out to third, ground out to the pitcher, and a ground rule double to straightaway center field. And that one's a little bit low for a ball. It's 1-0 now here to Keller. Braden Bennell waits on deck if Keller can reach base with no outs being recorded. A run in the first and second for Mandan, a run in the bottom of the second for Fargo. No runs in the third, and now one here in the top of the fourth. Runner goes, swing and a miss, and that is strike number 1, and the runner will complete the stolen base. We've crossed the 1 hour mark now at 1 hour, 1 minute. And down the third baseline and fair. Rounding third is Hudson Sheldon. He will score. It's an RBI double for McCoy Keller on a line shot down the third baseline.
First baseman, number 7, Brady Bonnell.
And now we have a visit to the mound. It's Coach Fickner will come out and chit-chat here. And this visit to the mound brought to you by the Marsh McLennan Agency of Fargo. And that's going to do it for Gunnar Majerus. I had him down for 25 pitches. Once again, the visit to the mound brought to you by the Marsh McLennan Agency of Fargo. Visit them online at marshmma.com to learn about the services they can provide for you in the Fargo, Moorhead, West Fargo, and surrounding area. Once again, their website is marshmma.com, and this visit to the mound and pitching change for the Fargo Post 400 Stars is presented to you by the Marsh McLennan Agency of Fargo. So, new pitchers on the mound. Let's take a break, and we'll update you. All right, we apologize for the freeze up there. I'm not exact. Well, I think I might know what happened, but as soon as we went to that commercial break after the pitching change, boom, it just went off. So my apologies for that. So you did not get an opportunity to watch Carson Bevel pitch due to the fact that we were down, and now they're making another pitching change. As you can see, Mandan has scored. Let's see here. Is it? They have scored 3 additional runs since Carson Bevel came in, and now a new pitcher here is. Let's find out, as I'm still trying to get caught up. It is Malachi Wiermeyer. And I will get that inning fixed here. That it always automatically defaults back to the first inning whenever something like that happens. So my apologies once again. We're in the top of the 4th. Let me check the numbers here. So McCoy Keller and Braden Bunnell were on first and second when Gerke would hit a double. Where did he hit it to again? To almost straightaway center field. Not quite almost straightaway. I think it was a little bit off to the left side of center. That would score Keller, and it would also score Bunnell to make it 6-1 on 8 hits. And then Gerke would be on third after a stolen base attempt. And then Jamison Nelson would hit a single out into right field that would score Gerke to make it our current score of 7-1. And there are 2 outs. And there are, let's see here. I think we're caught up. Let me double check all the numbers on our scoreboard. 7-1. New batter 0-0-92-1252. No, it should be 3 runners left on base for Fargo. That one's popped up and fouled away. All right, but I did get confirmation that we're still on the same watch link, so that's what I was ultimately hoping for, and I apologize once again. Like I said, we went to that commercial break, and it just, poof, it went out. Pitch is high for a ball. So, to recap here, 5 runs have been scored in the top of the 4th by Mandan. I think you saw one of those 5 runs. And this one's hit out towards third, and it will get by Eli Mock. And that will go into left field for another base hit, and now we have runners on first and second for Mandan.
Number 6, Tucker Horner.
So with all that, my pitch counts may be off. I have no idea how many pitches Carson Bevel tossed. It couldn't have been more than 5. But coach is making the move on the mound here to try and keep a fresh arm and try and give them the best chance to come back from a 7-1 deficit. We saw them come back yesterday against Mina, but fall a little bit short. Can they do it again? Do they have one more comeback in them? Or will Mandan steal another one from a team that it was kind of 50-50 on if they should have won or not? Just like in that Dickinson game earlier. Although Dickinson was battling with the injury bug in that game this morning, the 2 times that Mandan defeated them back in June, it was the Fargo Post 400 Stars dealing with an injury bug. Right now, to the best of my knowledge, both teams are pretty much healthy. Two-one the count now. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Once again, it's Jamison Nelson on second. Tate Olson on first. And that one will skip through, and Demers will find it before Nelson tries to come in from third. And three-one the count. And back to third. Oh, and the throw is off the mark. And that'll bring in another run, and it's 8-1. And that'll bring in 2 runs, and it's 9-1. All on the same air. Once again, what should have been out number 3 resulted in 2 extra runs for Mandan. And the Stars are in trouble. They're in the top of the 4th. Yes, there's a few more innings to play here, but if Mandan gets 1 or 2 more runs here, that would shorten the amount of innings that Fargo would likely have available to play. Mandan 10-run Dickinson earlier this morning, and now he gets hit by a pitch, and they put a runner on.
Number 3, Seth Aarons.
Let me double check my numbers here. 9, 10, 1, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 3. Yep, that's all right. And another hit batter. And we have another visit to the mound here for the Stars. I don't think we're going to take a commercial break because I don't want that same thing to happen again. And Malachi Wermeyer's done. I have him at 7 pitches. I don't know if that's accurate. But we'll see our 4th pitcher of the game now here for the Stars. And coach is doing everything they can to try and 9 pitches for Wermeyer. I had him at 7. That's okay because, like I said, I was dealing with a whole bunch of stuff, so I likely did miss a pitch or 2. I think, let me double check here. Is it Wermeyer? No, he just came off the mound. And it is... waiting for a jersey number here. I thought it was 20-something, but not sure. Is it Shannon? Yeah, it is Owen Shannon. Our PA announcer just confirmed that. So Owen Shannon will come in. So runners on first and second. Hudson Sheldon will be the batter when Owen Shannon's done warming up. And we'll turn the, even though I like the song, YouTube doesn't like it, so. Playing the Chainsmokers song called Paris. If you're not familiar with that song, go ahead and look it up on your Spotify account or whatever, Apple Music, whatever you use for music. All right, well, let's see if Owen Shannon is the answer here for the Fargo Post 400 Stars. Once again, this is their 4th pitcher of the game and their 3rd pitcher of this inning. And a strike is delivered there on the first pitch by Owen Shannon. And it's 0-1 to Hudson Sheldon, who's 2 for 2 with a walk, a single to left, and a single to right. The 0-1. And that one's high for a ball, 1-1. They say never give up on a team in the wide world of sports. Well, we'll see if the Stars fans have enough belief in helping them regroup from this 8-run deficit or not. And there's strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now here to Hudson Sheldon, and so far Owen Shannon's doing well. And you got to think, what if they would have brought Owen Shannon in the first time. I'm not saying anything negative about the previous 2 attempts, but you just got to wonder if the score would be 9-1 right now or not, because so far, I like what we're seeing here from Owen Shannon. Fouled away, and it will be another strike, or well, it'll be an unofficial strike. And that one's fouled away. There are 2 outs. 3 pitchers ago, there were 2 outs. Can Owen Shannon finally lock in that 3rd out here? Full count payoff, outside, walked him, bases loaded. Lucas Burgum.
Number 11, McCoy. Or are you number 9? Is that what you are?
Yes, we are at number 9, Mr. PA announcer.
Number 9, Lucas Burgum.
Well, at least everybody in attendance got a good chuckle out of that, as did I. Once again, it's Horner on 3rd, Aaron's on 2nd, Sheldon on 1st, and Burgum's the batter, and he swings and misses, and they strand 3 on base, and that is strikeout number 1 for Owen Shannon in the 3rd for Stars pitchers here in this game. Halfway through, and I see, and that's another thing that happens when it freezes up, our line score disappears and other crazy things happen, so we're going to fix that right now. But it's 9-1 after 4.5, halfway through here on your Proceed scoreboard. And once we get this fixed, we'll be right back. All right, we are going to try a commercial break. Fingers crossed. If not, I'll bring us back soon, and we will not take another commercial break if that happens again. We'll be right back, hopefully in a moment here on Magnitude Sports.
Bar 9 in West Fargo is your stop for that pregame lunch and for the postgame celebration. With over 30 TVs, you can catch your team anytime. We have a delicious food menu including wings, pizza, sandwiches, and more. Enjoy it inside or head on outside, day or night, to relax in the comfort of our updated outdoor patio. We also have slots, blackjack, pull tabs, and all gaming proceeds earned go to support West Fargo baseball. So catch your team's game tonight at Bar 9, 1405 Prairie Parkway in West Fargo.
All right, welcome back. That was Eli Mock, who just got hit by a pitch, and he will take base as a result. And now Gunnar Majerus will come in. Majerus singled to right field last time he was at the plate. Takes ball 1 here. And Majerus takes it to left field, and that will bounce all the way into the glove of Gerke in deep left. And now 2 runners are on with nobody out. And can the Stars put something together here to potentially save their season? No, it looks pretty ugly right now if you're a Stars fan. But we'll see what happens here. It's amazing how one bad inning can really ruin things for a team in a game, and especially in a state tournament game when your season's on the line. This game looked like it could have gone either way until those 7 runs in the third. Wow, McCoy Keller, if he would have somehow come up with that, I would have been replaying that over and over and over again. They still get the out, not quite as impressive as it would have been if Keller would have found a way to scoop that ball up, but an out is an out. And now there are 2 outs as they get a double play out of that. Jack Demers is the batter. This one will pop loose. Once again, standing on third is Eli Mock. And with 2 outs, you definitely want to get him in before that third out. And he's able to dance out of the way of that one, as he nearly got hit by it. Demers 0 for 1. He'd fly out to right field last time he was at the plate. One more game after this one. That is Jamestown taking on Williston. And a hard hit ball to short. Nice grab there by the shortstop. He fires it over. That's out 3. The run does not score. And we end the 4th inning of play. 7 runs in the top of the 4th is the primary story of this game right now. And it's 9-1 as we head to the 5th. We'll be back in a moment on Magnitude Sports. Stand by.
Pitching updates. Shannon is at
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
I kind of wonder where to even begin about what I love about Touchmark. It's everything. It's the time with the residents. It's my team. I work with wonderful individuals every single day. I love the people, and my job is to connect with them. And that's a pretty great job to have, that you get to make genuine, real connections with our residents and our team members. It's just the overall community. That is Touchmark. That's what I love.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
Welcome back.
Leading off for Mandan, number 11, McCoy Keller.
Top of the 5th. If Mandan scores 2, that would put the 10-run rule into effect, and then Fargo would be forced to score at least 1 in the bottom of the 5th. But that's only if Mandan scores 2 here in the top half of the 5th. Owen Shannon came in, finally recorded that third out in the bottom of the fourth, or in the top of the fourth, excuse me. After 3 pitching changes in about 22 pitches. Two and 0 now here to Keller. He's 1 for 3. Struck out looking, reached on the air, and doubled down the third base line. And that double down the third base line is what started that 7-run top of the fourth. 3-0 here, and he gets the strike in. And it's 3-1. We're at 90 minutes time of the game now. And the 3-1 delivery. Swung on and sent to left field, and that's, oh, no, it's not. He made the catch, or did he? No, he did not. It came out of his glove. It was an off-balance catch. I would have been impressed if he would have been able to hang on to that one, but A for effort, regardless, for Jackson Ammerman out in left field, but it's going to result in a base hit, most likely. I would not charge an error to that one, and they do agree with me there on that. It is indeed a base hit for Keller, going to the books as a double. Bring up Braden Bunnell. Bunnell 1 for 2, single to right, fly out to right, and a walk. First pitch comes in for a strike. Owen Shannon, 9 balls, 9 strikes on 18 pitches, according to my numbers. And the windup, and that one's inside for ball 1. Once again, the winner of this game gets the loser of Bismarck and Fargo Post 2. And that game would be played at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. Strike 2 is the call. Mandan and Bismarck's always a good rivalry, if that matchup were to happen. Two and 2. And did he hit the inside edge? Nope, full count. Strike zone has gotten smaller since a couple innings ago, apparently. Payoff pitch coming up now. And I'll be fouled away, and we'll do it again. Nine runs on 11 hits, is it? Yes, 11 hits, 3 Fargo Post 400 errors. Mandan's left 8 runners on base, but the more important one is they've gotten 9 across. A little slow roller to third, and they get the 5-3 ground out. Back over to third, safe, and that's the right call. So 1 out instead of 2, and I'll reset the count here for Dylan Gerke.
Number 10, Dylan Gerke.
Fouled straight back, strike number 1. Gerke's 2 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice. Since then, he singled to left and he doubled to the wall in the gap in left center. Here's the 0-1 delivery. And that one will curve in for strike 2. Nice pitch there by Owen Shannon. See if he can sneak one more of those pitches by Gerke and record that second out. Once again, the runner on third is Keller. And he'll just miss there, and it's ball 1. Ball 2. And now it's a full count. So after an 0-2 start, he delivers 3 balls. And now the payoff pitch coming up here for Shannon against Gerke. Jameson Nelson is on deck for Mandan. And he'll reach for it and foul it away. And Nelson will have to wait at least one more pitch here to make a plate appearance. 1 hour, 35 minutes now. 30 pitches for Shannon and even 15-15 on the ball strike split. And he walks him. That puts runners on the corners for the Chiefs and brings up the aforementioned Jameson Nelson, who's 1 for 3.
Jameson Nelson.
He would fly out to left. He would single to right. And in between that, he would get on base via fielder's choice. In the tournament, in addition to what I just mentioned, he has an additional hit to right, a fly out to left center, and a fly out to left, as well as an infield hit. And he'll push that one foul and out of the ballpark into the street. So Shannon gets another 0-2 count, just like he did on the previous batter, Gerke, but then Gerke reached on a walk. We'll see if Shannon can do one better here. And that hard hit ball is short, one hop to second, and that's all they need. Nope. I think he thought that's all they needed, but he didn't fire over to first, and now the run scores, and it's 10-1 on the RBI ground out by Jameson Nelson.
Number 13, Tate Olson.
Or check that. RBI fielder's choice by Jameson Nelson. My apologies. So 1 runner on now in a 10-1 ball game. And the first pitch is in for a ball against Tate Olson, who's 1 for 3 with a fly out to right, a single to left. And in between that, he would get on with the fielder's choice. And that one is up high for ball 2. And now ball 3. So the 5th-seeded Jamestown Post-14 Eagles will have the 9th-seeded Williston Keybirds coming up in our final matchup of the day here at Astoria Field in Dickinson. Scheduled for a 7 o'clock start, as Owen Shannon will put the strike in there on the 3-0 count to make it 3-1. 2 away, runner on first is Nelson. And that will be a walk. Tucker Horner now 1 for 2, single to center, ground out to the pitcher, and then he was hit by a pitch last time he was at the plate.
Number 6, Tucker Horner.
And hard hit ball to third. He'll step on the third base bag. That's the force out on Nelson. Horner will reach on an inning-ending fielder's choice, and that'll bring us to the middle of the 5th. (10-1) Stars and 10-1 Chiefs, and the Stars coming up to bat. When we return after this here on Magnitude Sports. Stay tuned.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more. All right. Kind of an ironic song for the DJ to play at this point in the game. Chayton Sen will lead it off. I was drawing a blank on the artist. I know who it is, too, but... And Sen will pop this one up. It is way up. Coming in is the third baseman, Burgum. He makes the catch in 1 pitch, 1 out.
Back to the top of the order. Number 6, Caleb Christensen.
Well, we talked about it all year long, and it was one thing that they just could never get over the hump is how many games, how many losses are a result of errors committed in a game, and this certainly looks like it's going to go into that same category. And if they could just clean up the errors, they would be a hard team to beat. Their batting average over the season went up almost 100. It was in the 352 area last time I looked at it as a team for the season. And that's a team that can hit. That's the definition of a team that can hit. But when your team also commits an awful amount of errors, it doesn't matter how well you hit. You're not going to win too many of those games. Nice play at third there by Burgum, and he'll fire it over for the 5-3 ground out. Probably the longest 5-3 ground out of Mandan's season. I mean, he grabbed that from a couple feet in foul territory and fired a rocket right across the diamond into the glove of Bunnell. Nice play by Burgum. 2 outs now, and Matt Bryant will try and get something going here for the Stars. He'll face pitch 55 from Keller. And that pitch will come in low for a ball, 1-0. Matt Bryant struck out looking, and then he grounded out to the second baseman on his 2 trips to the plate. Did he check his swing? They reference the third base umpire, and they say ball 2. Ball 3. And that one hits him. It would have been ball 4 anyway, but it clipped the front of his pants right around the knees. He'll go to first as a result. So runner on with 2 outs. And the Stars have played a lot of 2-out baseball, but yeah, it's not looking good right now if you're a Fargo Post 400 fan, and it's looking really good right now if you're a Mandan fan. You get 2 big wins in 2 elimination games, and then you could possibly get your rival Bismarck, or you could possibly get arguably one of the better teams in the state right now, Fargo Post 2, in your next game. And is the momentum from the Dickinson game and this game going to be enough to carry you through one of those two opponents? That's the question mark that is left to be answered. And a strike is delivered, and it's 1-1 now here to Kobe Hansen, who grounded out to third, and he walked. And that pitch is high and in, ball 2. If Hansen can reach base, it'd be Jackson Amarin stepping up to the plate next. And ball 3. So McKellar's starting to show signs of struggling to throw strikes here. 1 hour, 45 minutes. He's at 63. This will be pitch 64, according to my numbers. 3-1. And that one hit up towards left. And coming in is Gerke, and he makes the catch. And that is out number 3, and that ends the 5th inning of play. They strand one on base, and time on the Stars season is running out. 10-1 Mandan after 5 complete. We'll be back with the 6 here in just a moment. Stand by.
Boston Pizza harnessed Fanalytics to help optimize no-look dipping. Ooh, making adjustments so you can stay focused on the game. The playoffs at Boston Pizza, powered by Fanalytics.
At Boston's, we make crowd pleasers. Like this. Woo! And these. So good! And definitely this. I love you! Stop by or book your catering order online and we'll make you a fan.
Touchmark provides a carefree lifestyle for our residents, and we are here with you the entire way.
I'm so happy I made the move to Touchmark.
There's always enough to keep me busy, and people are very friendly here. I enjoy that. It makes my day.
People get up and dance. I mean, it's such a joyful place to live. How can you not like it?
That sense of community is so strong. When I think of Touchmark, I just think big, but I think beautiful, and I think home.
5 complete. To the top of the 6th we go. 10-1 on your proceed scoreboard in favor of the Mandan Chiefs here over the Fargo Post 400 Stars. 1 hour and 47 minutes into the ball game. It's the 9-1-2 batters due up here for Mandan. It'll be Bergman in the 2 spot, Sheldon in the 1 spot, and it'll lead off with Seth Aarons.
Leading off for Mandan, number 3, Seth Aarons.
Aaron's 1 for 1 in this game with a walk, single to center, and hit by a pitch. And they'll call that a strike. It's a high strike, but 0-1. And the Stars fans will take that one. And that one's lifted up and foul, and now it's strike 2. Strike fouled away in a ball, 1-2 now. Once again, Hudson Sheldon, top of the order, waits on deck, and there's a hit to center field. And the hits keep coming here for Mandan. That is their 12th hit of the game.
Back to the top of the order, number 5, Hudson Sheldon.
.548 local time here, so the next game scheduled to start at 7 o'clock local time, so about an hour and 12 minutes away. And it looks like this one will finish up in time to allow us to start that last game at 7. Potentially, unless something drastic changes here. If you take away the 3 errors in the top of the 4th, you're probably looking at a 3-1 or a 4-1 ball game right now. And a hard hit ball down the first base line, but it'll go foul. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Here to Hudson Sheldon. Sheldon 2 for 2 with a walk, a pair of singles and a walk. 1 single to left, 1 single to right. That one's fouled straight back for strike 2. In their earlier game, we saw Jamestown with their names on the back of the jersey. Mandan has the words Roll Tribe on the back of their jerseys. Of course, Mandan with those classic green and yellow colors that they've had for at least 30, if not 40 years, if not more than that. I've only been around for the time frame that I've just mentioned to you, so if it was before that, I don't know. 3-2 the count now here to Hudson Sheldon. And they'll find the 5-6 gap out into left field. See bloops one out there, and they'll put 2 runners on in the 13th hit of the game here for Mandan.
Number 9, Lucas Burgum.
And now Lucas Burgum will step up to the plate. Here's something I can say without aging myself. Mandan fans, Mandan Chiefs fans, one of my good friends, Chad Wick, used to play for the Mandan Chiefs. So if you know who Chad Wick is, then you know how long ago that was. Remember going to some games as a kid between Mandan and Bismarck at the Bismarck Municipal Ballpark, and that was back when the seating at the Municipal Ballpark was where center field is now. So they've completely 180'd that field, because home plate now at the Bismarck Municipal Ballpark is where center field was back when I was a kid going to those ball games. Three balls and no strikes now here to Lucas Burgum. Still nobody out, and he'll walk him. And that walk might be the dagger for the Stars season right there. Not that there was a huge amount of hope prior to that walk, but
Number 11, McCoy Keller.
we're going to have another visit to the mound, and the question is, will we see pitcher number 5? Owen Shannon has thrown 54 according to my numbers, and I'm probably off by 1 or 2 due to our little freeze-up earlier. And that will indeed be the end of the day for Shannon. And we'll see our 5th pitcher for the Stars now. And who's that going to be? We'll find out here momentarily. Once again, this visit to the mound for the Fargo Post 400 Stars is presented to you by the Marsh McLennan Agency of Fargo. You can visit them online at marshmma.com to learn about the services they can provide for you in the Fargo, West Fargo, Moorhead, and surrounding area. Once again, this visit to the mound and pitching change for the Fargo Post 400 Stars has been presented to you by the Marsh McLennan Agency in Fargo. And to the Marsh McLennan Agency in Fargo, if that's the last time I say that this season, thank you so much for your support, as well as to all of our other sponsors for your support of the Stars about 71, 72 games ago when they lost to Tabor Academy down in Vero Beach, Florida, in what was a fun first game of the spring training season for the Stars.
Final pitch count for Shannon, 53 pitches, 53 pitches.
Okay, so I was actually over by 1. I had 54 for Shannon. They had 53. Caleb Christensen will be the new pitcher here. And the coach is selling hope here to the Stars fans that they might be able to come up with something here if they keep changing pitchers. McCoy Keller is 2 for 4, and before the first pitch, Jack Demers is going to walk up and talk with Caleb Christensen. And that'll give us a chance to finish out Keller's stat line. He struck out looking, then he reached on an error charge to the third baseman. Since then, he has 2 doubles. A line drive down the third base line, and then a long, deep shot into left field on back-to-back plate appearances for McCoy Keller. 1 ball, no strike now here to Keller. Braden Bunnell is on deck. Still nobody out and the base is loaded. Keep in mind here that if Seth Aarons comes in from third, that would put the 10-run rule into effect. And then depending on how many more runs score here in the top of the 6th, it would determine what kind of bottom half of the inning the Stars would need to force the 7th. Swing and a miss on a 2-0 count, and it's 2-1. Matt Bryant will be the new shortstop for the Stars. And I believe Kobe Hansen possibly moves a second, but still trying to confirm that. Yes, it is Kobe Hansen at second. And that one's fouled away. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. That one's popped out to right field, and it'll drop foul. Owen Shannon is the new center fielder for the Stars, as he'll go from the mound to center field. And I think that completes your changes defensively, and it does. So Owen Shannon, new center fielder. Kobe Hansen, new second baseman. Matt Bryant, new shortstop. And a nice grab at third there by Eli Mock. He almost caught and tagged simultaneously Arenz. Arenz lucky to get back. And that's the long-awaited out number 1. And that ends what otherwise was a pretty good day for McCoy Keller. Braden Bunnell now, 1 for 3, single to right, fly out to right, a walk, and a ground out to third. The 0-1. And that one's lifted up, and going back is Owen Shannon, and it's over his head. Seth Aarons will score. Rounding third is Sheldon, also rounding third, and trailing Sheldon is Lucas Burgum. 3-run score, it's 13-1. Mandan here with 1 away in the top of the 6th. And that'll be a 3-run double for Braden Bunnell into the gap in left center. It's the 2nd time this game he's hit that gap, as he goes over the head of center fielder Owen Shannon. And now the 10-run rule is in effect for the bottom of the 6th. But Mandan still looking to add more to that. They not only want to win this game, but they want to make a statement for one of those 2 opponents that they will be playing 7 o'clock tomorrow night. And I think they might be making a statement here to West Fargo, who beat them 8-1 too. I'd be curious to see how Mandan plays if those 2 teams were to meet up again. The only way that would happen, let me look at the bracket here. The only way that would happen is if West Fargo and Mandan ended up in the championship game. That's the only way that those 2 would meet up again. Well, I take that back. If West Fargo were to beat Minot and then lose the next game, then they would meet up in Game 17, assuming Mandan made it to Game 17. So there's 2 possibilities of those 2 teams meeting. That's a deep shot to right, and that is off the glove of Chayton Sen in right field. Bunnell comes in to score. Gerke will take his place at second base, and it's 14-1.
Number 13, Tate Olson.
We've hit the 2-hour mark of this ball game now, here in the top of the 6th with 1 away. And a lone runner on second. And that will go into left field, and they will hold Nelson at third. Puts runners on the corners now. $16 hits, is that what they got out there? Yep, that's what I got here too. 16 hits for Mandan in this game. And they've put 14 runs across the plate.
Number 6, Tucker Horner.
One and wait, hang on a second. Three balls and no strikes here to Tucker Horner now. Horner is 1 for 3. Had a single to center, ground out to the pitcher, and reached on a fielder's choice, and also reached via hit by a pitch. And that pitch will come in for a strike on the 3-0 count to make it 3-1. And he'll walk them, and they'll load the bases. And the inning just doesn't seem to want to end here for Fargo post 400.
Number 3, Seth Aarons.
That pitch, well, now the umpire is wide in the strike zone because he called that a strike, and that was definitely not one. But I think it's just a way to get this game over sooner than later. Probably the good way to describe that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that'll be 2 balls. And basically all Demers has to do is catch it in relative area of the plate, and the umpire will call it a strike. 2-1. And that one's going to right field. Chayton Sen is there. It's right to him. And that's out number 3. They strand 3 on base, but the damage has been done. And we go to the bottom of the 6th now with a 14-1 lead. And the Stars, if they want to extend their season, need to score at least 4 runs. 3 will not do it. They need 4 in the bottom of the 6th. Otherwise, their season comes to an end. We'll be back to see if they can do that here in 60 seconds.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
Hey, it's Mike with Magnitude Sports. Check out this channel right here, Dakota Fins and Feathers Outdoors. It's owned and operated by a family in Bismarck, North Dakota that I've known for over 2 decades. Kids have grown up into fine young men, and during their high school careers, some of them even played games that were broadcast on Magnitude Sports. If you like hunting, fishing, general outdoor life, sunrise, sunset, everything hunting and fishing related, dogs, hunting dogs, they're the best. Then check out the channel and show them some love. Go to Fins and Feathers Outdoors. Subscribe to them today. Fargo Post 400 Baseball wishes the Stars, Astros, and Comets the best of luck in this year's tournaments. All right. It's Jake Jaroszewski stepping into the number 4 spot in the lineup here in place of Jackson Ammerman. Jackson Ammerman went 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts to the shortstop. And strike 2 is delivered here to Jaroszewski. And this might be the last time this season I hear a PA announcer totally not even get close on his last name. That one's fouled away, and they'll stay at 0-2. 2 hours and 5 minutes is the time of the game at this point. And that one's popped up. Backpedaling is Brunel at first, and he cannot make the catch, and he'll drop. And now the throw to second, and he's gonna be out.
Number 15, Eli Mock.
They haven't awarded a hit or an error on that play yet. I was waiting to see what they would do. And there'll be a ground out, and that's out number 2. And they have indeed applied an error to the right fielder now.
Number 17, Gunnar Majerus.
And the Stars are down to their final out. That one's popped up. And had it stayed fair, it would have been a solo home run. Oh, 1, now it's 0-2 with that fouled away pitch. 2 fouled away pitches, 0-2, and can Gerke get one more strike here? He can, but not in the form that he was hoping to get it. Majerus is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. 1 to right, 1 to left. And it's inside for a ball, and we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fouled away, and not only does Majerus extend his plate appearance, he extends his team season here for at least one more pitch. And that'll be ball 2. Two with 2 outs and fouled away. And they're going to call him out. And the Fargo Post-400 Stars will end their season with 33 wins and 39 losses. And the Mandan Chiefs will move on to the 7 o'clock game tomorrow night to play the loser of Fargo Post 2 and the Bismarck Governors. Well, for the Chiefs, congratulations and best of luck in the rest of this tournament here. And for the Fargo Post 400 Stars, it's been my absolute pleasure to broadcast a 4th season of the Fargo Post 400 Stars, and we'll have the 5th season next spring and summer for you. I don't have the official schedule yet, but rumor has it the next Stars game will be sometime in March. And I do have rumored locations, but I'm not going to give those away just yet. So I'll leave that teaser laying out there for you. 14-1 your final. That concludes our coverage of the Stars this season, but we still have 8 more games, possibly 9 more games of the state tournament here. So I don't think that we're going to totally wrap it up. We are going to be here until a champion is crowned. And our next matchup starts slated for 7 o'clock local time here between the Jamestown Post 14 Eagles and the Williston Keybirds. And that will do it for this broadcast. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll talk to you again soon here on Magnitude Sports.
Broadcast was an exclusive presentation of the Magnitude Sports Network. Subscribe, click the bell, and visit magnitudesn.com for a schedule of our upcoming broadcasts.